Hi, my name is Lauren Calvin, and today I will be going over my Tableau 2 project that I created, analyzing the data set for the overall sales in the United States from 2020 to 2021. So first, what we have here is a side-by-side histogram that I created, which basically shows the overall sales by region and month between the eastern region and the southern region. And then I did this in a descending order so you could easily see what areas and what months had the highest sales. And then you can click on each histogram and kind of see exactly which month there was these sales, exactly what number, and so on. And this also allowed me to visibly see that the eastern region had a lot higher sales than the southern region did. So then after I did this, I wanted to kind of filter down even more and figure out which states were contributing to these number of sales. So then I made this graph, and this features the top 10 states with the highest number of sales. And you can see here, because it's in descending order, that New York had the most number of sales, where Rhode Island had the 10th highest number of sales. Which would make sense being that New York and Pennsylvania had significantly higher numbers of sales overall than any other state, which are both in the eastern region, contributing to the overall higher number of sales compared to the southern region. So then after that, I wanted to see which specific months these top sales occurred in these specific states. So I made this graph, and it shows that February, April, and May were the months that the most sales occurred in within the top 10 states. So you can see that this pink right here is New York, and they had over 41 million in April. And then you could see that Florida had 9 million in February, and North Carolina had 6 million in May. So that easily allows me to figure out from the overall sales that there was 10 states that had the most amount of sales. Then I can now figure out which months these 10 states were the most successful in. So on the opposite side of that, I wanted to see which 3 months had the lowest amount of sales and which states the lowest amount of sales were occurring in. And you can see that July, June, and August were the lowest states, where the lowest amount of income from these states were occurring. And although a few of these states are on the East Coast, it didn't really matter because the other eastern states in the eastern region, like New York and Pennsylvania, had such high numbers that it didn't impact it. So following this is the interactive dashboard, which allows you to kind of just put everything together. So if you wanted to click on like May, this would switch, and you can see exactly what's occurring here and like which states these are occurring in. And then same thing right here, you can see Pennsylvania. This pink thing is May, Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania wasn't in the lowest states, so it's not on here. But yeah, so then I made a storyboard, and this kind of just concludes everything together. So if you were to analyze it, you'd be able to see, okay, it's probably not ideal to sell in the month of January in 2021 in this region. So you can kind of decipher between which products are good to sell during which time of the year. And this allowed for further analyzation and further filtering. And I kind of have a summary for each one, just basically explaining why each visual was significant to the overall analyzation. And I kind of just concluded with that and made sure I had a key takeaway for each one, so it was quicker to read than just the summary at the top. And yeah, that is pretty much my project, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.